What is up, motivation theory family? So I want to talk about a topic that, well, it's not really a topic, but a question that I get often when I talk about ultra marathons. And I think if you've run ultra marathons or marathons, you probably kind of get this question from people who don't run. And that's just simply the question, why? Why do you do it? Why would you put yourself through that pain and the boredom and everything else people associate with kind of mindless running? And I like to stick with some of the easy answers. Is like, I'm motivated, I love running, and it clears my mind. And while some of those things are true, it probably doesn't really get down to the essence of why I would choose to run 50 miles or 100 miles. And I think it comes down to this concept, and I've talked about intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, on this channel before, because again, we specialize in motivation here. But I came across a term called intrinsic reinforcement. So basically, what that is, it's kind of the gamification of ultra marathons. That's what I'm calling it. It's kind of gamifying the numbers aspect and the achievement aspect of running ultras. And I'm talking about myself. And this could apply to many of you who have kind of addictive personalities. And what it is that you have a task and an achievement and then a pleasure from achieving that thing, which creates the dopamine. So you guys have seen the tattoo that I have of endorphins, and it's just part of all of that. Serotonin and dopamine and endorphins, it's all part of running and why we do it. I'm addicted to the dopamine you get from finishing a race and looking at the numbers. It's exciting to me. It's the only reason I can explain why I could be 40 miles into a 50-mile race and decide I'm going to stop running. I don't want to ever do this again. Everything hurts, and I don't know why I'm putting myself through this. And this is through every single race. There's a point in which I really question why I'm doing it. And I have the same question there. And the only real thing I can kind of attach to that is the feeling of accomplishment when I'm done, that dopamine release, and that cycle of, again, planning and then achieving and then pleasure from that, and it just goes over and over and over and over again, is something that we get addicted to. The dopamine from that, it even starts to release testosterone in our brains and kind of change how our brains work and function, because we become basically addicted to that dopamine. It's the same thing from drug addicts. So why they would put themselves through some of the things they probably don't want to do, like harming others or stealing or doing things that are really harmful to themselves and others around them, just to get the thing that's going to give them that high. I think it's the same with endurance athletes with the training. Like, I don't particularly love having to run for 2 hours at 11 o'clock at night, because it's not fun, but it's a means to an end. I need to do these painful things to get to the goal that I want, to get to that feeling, that dopamine release when I complete the task. And I'm a numbers nerd. I love looking at all the stats and seeing if I can improve it, if I can run farther, if I can run a little bit faster. I'm always chasing that. I've been chasing that achievement and that dopamine feeling my whole life as an athlete. I was a sprinter. I'm really good at 5Ks and 10Ks and half marathons. But as I got older, injury started to creep in with running those road races, and I had to think of something else to replace that, because if I couldn't continuously, gradually get faster and improve my times, what was I doing it for? Like, I just didn't care about getting a medal at the end. It didn't do anything for me. Or saying I've run 100 of them, it just didn't do it. There was something else to it. So I switched to ultras because I knew there was always the chance that I could run farther. I might always be able to run faster, but I could always run farther. And I became addicted to that. And I've said it before on this. I've run 50 miles, I've run 60 miles, I've never run 100 miles, and I want to. And part of me is scared that I'm never going to be satisfied with that, because I'm addicted to the dopamine aspect of achievement, the feeling that I get when I run farther and farther and farther. I really don't care what people think. I have to talk about ultra running way too much because of the tattoo. Every time my tattoo's exposed, I have to talk about what it means, the endorphins and the dopamine and why I do it. And it turns into a long conversation I don't want to have usually. because people look at me like, first off, cool tattoo. Secondly, you're stupid for running 50 miles or running the distances that you do. So this is just kind of a conversation I want to have with all of you and see what you think. Are you really satisfied because you love running every single day? You love running in the mountains, which we do, but do you love putting in those training sessions and putting in that hard work that helps you get to the goal? Or are you really just addicted to achieving the goals? Are you really just addicted to improving on times and that euphoric feeling that you get from achievement? And I think a lot of people that go into ultra running have addictive personalities. I've read a lot of stories about people coming from addiction into this and just replacing one addiction with another. I don't battle addiction, but I'm definitely probably addicted to achievement and wanting to continuously push myself. I'm never satisfied. I've never been satisfied in my life in one spot, whether it's with my job or in my education. And when it comes to running, I always want to strive to do more. And I, again, am addicted to the achievement aspect of it, which again triggers that dopamine. So I'm interested in seeing what all of you have to say about this. I just kind of was thinking about this today when I was looking through the questions that I'm going to be answering for all of you in my Q&A, and one of them was why. And I really wanted to try to give a better answer to that. I didn't want to take up that entire video, so this video will answer that question, not as succinctly as I will in that video. But the why is basically it's being addicted to the dopamine release of achievement, just running farther and faster and running in new places. And that's the only way I can explain why someone would want to run as far as we do in ultra marathons. I'm really interested in the human mind. That's why I named this channel Motivation Theory, because it's based around Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's kind of like, as humans, why do we do what we do in life in general? There's a lot of needs that we have to meet. So there's a lot of things that motivate me. My family motivates me. I love them. I do things to help take care of them. And for me, it's YouTube and creating videos and interacting with all of you and running. Those are really the buckets in my life, is really family, YouTube, and running. That's kind of where I split my time. So you all are very important to me, and I appreciate the support. Please leave a comment down below if you have any feedback on this topic. I'm very interested in this, so please, I will again respond to every single one of you. And for a video for you to watch next, I'd like for you guys to watch why anyone can run an ultra marathon. I kind of talk about this kind of stuff, why I think anybody can run an ultra marathon, and again, that's within reason. But I'm going to leave you with that video at the end of this video, so go ahead and watch that one. And I appreciate all of your time, and I hope you guys have all your training plans squared away and you're doing well so far this year. January, getting ready to wrap up January and move hard into February. So thank you all. I'll talk to you later. Bye.